Welcome to the Take 5 with Fenimore Series. This series is designed to introduce you to our people, our passion, and our purpose, and we are delighted at the opportunity to extend this series to highlight some of the amazing organizations we have in our community.
Today we are with Jeanette Spalding at the Schoharie County Community Action Plan. Jeanette, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me, Rachel.
So to start, can you share a little bit about your background and role?
Well, I serve as the executive director with the agency, and I've been with the agency for a little over 21 years now. I actually started as a receptionist back in the year 2000, dating myself. I moved into the executive assistant role and eventually in 2005 became the finance director. In 2011, the year of Lee, Irene, and flooding, I became the interim director, and then in 2012, I became the executive director. So I've done a lot of changes here at SCCAP.
Can you tell us a little bit about SCCAP?
SCCAP is part of a nationwide network of community action agencies. Community action was formed originally out of President Johnson's War on Poverty, and we were incorporated in 1965. So that means we've been serving our community for roughly 56 years. And people don't realize that we've been here a long time in our community taking care of family needs. Today's mission is to build stronger, healthier communities and empower our families. We work primarily with economically challenged family members, but we also have expanded to include more social concerns that we have in our community. And that's one of the wonderful things about being a community action agency, is that you can respond to your local need.
What do you like most about working at SCCAP?
Before I came to work for SCCAP, I didn't know anything about it. But I was in a situation where, like many of our families that we serve, your circumstance change, and you're out looking for how do you support your family, your household. And I was encouraged to apply here at SCCAP. I actually accepted a different job, and my husband said, "Oh, why don't you try this one?" So I did, and I came into it not really knowing a lot about it, and then I was amazed at how much this little organization in our community does.
What keeps you motivated, particularly in the last year?
In the last year and a half now, it feels like, you look back and you have to wonder, what kept you going and how did you get through it when you look back? But in the moment, it was like, I don't think that any of us really thought there were no options. It's like, no, we're not gonna stop serving our community, and we're gonna be here, and we need to care about each other as co-workers, care about each other as community members, be reachable, so that we were all in it together. And everybody's stressors might have been a little different, whether it was parents with children, my heart went out to them, what a struggle, whether it's people who were not able to see their loved ones in healthcare facilities, or just the fear of the uncertainty that would grip people. But at the end of the day, we were all able to be in those moments together, to know that while we may face different things, we're still all facing the same human elements of wanting to feel okay, wanting to feel normal again, not knowing when that was going to come. So that connection that we have with one another as co-workers, having a supportive board, definitely to say whatever you need, do it, take care of people, take care of community, we're here to support you, made a huge difference. To know that, again, it's like, we got your back.
What makes SCCAP different?
SCCAP, by design, as a community action agency, is set up with a tripartite board. From the very governing on down, it is designed to include stakeholders that recognize and can connect with the community it serves. So our board is made up of individuals that come from the private sector, the public sector being either elected or appointed, and then the most important, not that they're not all important, but the consumer sector. And these are individuals that have either been in the position of poverty, low income, so they understand the challenges that the families we serve face day to day, or they're representatives of those particular communities, either through like housing, public housing, food pantries, things of that sort. And why I think that is so unique is it brings different elements to the table, different stakeholders, to have that conversation about how do we address these gaps. When we talk about economic growth, when we talk about different programs to take place in development of our communities, quite often people who are facing those financial struggles are not included in those conversations. And that's where SCCAP is unique in looking to not only serve low income, but have it part of the decision-making process of our agency.
How can people get involved in SCCAP?
We, of course, look for board membership. Right now, we have several vacancies on our board. So if individuals are looking for ways to help support their community or organizations in their community, board membership is an amazing way to do this. We don't ask for a lot of individuals' time because we respect that, there's a lot going on in everybody's life between work and family, and it's been a pandemic on top of everything. But we do have vacancies, and we are actively looking for people to fill them at the moment. And of course, there's always the standard, which is, donations to the agency, monetary donations. And for us, that's an important element. Every little bit makes a difference. And the reason being, it allows us flexibility in how we can serve our community. Many of our programs are government funded, and they are therefore have strict eligibility guidelines to them. But we still see need in our community outside of those defined parameters by the government. And we want to be able to assist them and help them transition to a more stabilized position. So donations make a huge difference to our organization.
Where can we go to make a donation?
You can go on PayPal and find us on PayPal and make a donation that way. You can use, if you're a shopper of Amazon, we are part of Amazon Smile, so think of SCCAP as a charity to donate to when you're making those purchases. And then, of course, there's the old-fashioned way of you can write a check and drop it in the mail. That works too. And we're here to help everybody where we can.
The Take 5 with Fenimore series is brought to you by Fenimore Asset Management. To learn more about Fenimore Asset Management and to view important disclosures, please visit us online at www.fenimoreasset.com.